What's good, all? Welcome back to my channel, Chrissyy Talks. Y'all call me Chrissyy, Clifford, and Tiny. Let's talk about it. I know some of you guys have been waiting on this video, so we just gonna jump right into it. So back in 2009, Tiny's former friend named Sabrina Peterson is claiming that T.I put a gun to her head. So this all occurred at one of T.I.'s daughter's birthday parties. Yes, a birthday party. And Sabrina was physically assaulting T.I.'s assistant at the time because she was saying that his assistant was treating her like a slave. So T.I came in, boosted through the door, and was like, "Bitch, I'ma kill your shit." So he basically walked into a room with a silver revolver and he said, "Bitch, I'll kill you." She came out with all of this in an Instagram post that said, "The sad part about being a woman and being a black woman is this. The public praises our predators. T.I, you put a gun to my head in front of children and I never called the police on you. But for years you have painted me as the villain. As black woman, it's hard to heal from rape, violence, or anything because you are painted as the problem or reason this has happened to you. Let's normalize the allowing black women to heal. It's so hard being the victim of rape and being painted as the reason it happened."
I know what happened. He knows what happened. So don't sit around. What you won't do on top of everything else is you won't lie on me. Clifford Harris put a gun in my head. Truth is, I didn't have a weapon. Truth is, I didn't call the police on him. Truth is, I didn't sue him and I could have. Truth is, I never spoke about this on the many times I could have spoke about it. That's the truth. And I don't understand how you got these big old balls of steel because you know me. You know me. More than you know me, you know me. And I'm the smallest bit of your worries. Don't worry about me. I'm outside the statute of limitations. I don't need nothing from you. But my truth is my truth.
Now I just feel like this situation is interesting because it's like, bitch, you was physically assaulting his assistant. Now I'm not saying that this gave T.I the right to put a gun on her. It was like, bitch, I'ma kill your shit. And this is why I could never have a gun. But it's like, at the same time, you wasn't innocent yourself here. Now Sabrina does have her own records full of shit that she's done. And again, I'm not saying that if T.I did this, that he was in the right for doing it, because you know, you don't always gotta pull a gun out on people. And I mean, that's just why I ain't having a gun, because I swear to God, anybody try something with me, you step on my all YG Bezos, it's over. But again, it's like Sabrina herself isn't really too all that innocent in this situation. I'm pretty sure T.I wouldn't have pulled the trigger, but again, he ain't need to do all that, and I'm pretty sure she ain't need to do all that either. Now I was trying to figure out why she decided to come out and say this. Yes, this happened 12 years ago, but if someone is a victim of some type of assault or whatever, it's not anybody's place to be like, well, why did it take you so long to come out with this? Because that exact reason is why niggas wait so long to come out with their story. But according to Insider, she told them that she's a motivational speaker, so she was just speaking on her experience, and I didn't really understand this context because in the way that she posted this, it seemed like she was clapping back at T.I or she was mad specifically at T.I. But it also has to do with the person that T.I is supporting and running for mayor, I believe. Because at the end of her post, she said, "Let's talk. Keisha Bottoms, you can't have a person that has victimized women speak for us. Let's have a real talk." Now, Tiny, of course, came out and defended her man. She posted a picture of T.I and two of Sabrina's sons in an Instagram post saying, "So you want your abuser to train your sons? He was just uncle 2 years ago. Now, when did you say my husband assaulted you? Did you change your mind or change your back? What's up with you today, poo? I'm confused. Stop harassing my family. You strange. Everybody know you been special. Face slicing seminar lady. Please get help, but leave us alone." Of course, Tiny has a point in saying this. Like, if you assaulted me, why would I have you around my sons? So why am I over here having my kids calling you uncle? Why am I around you, period? If you pull a gun out on me, you try to be over here playing God, playing death with my life, the least I'm gonna do is cut you off, period. We ain't even gonna get to the point where you're hanging around my kids when you put a gun to my head. It doesn't make any sense. And on top of that, if you're this person who's abusing or assaulting a woman like myself and you're over here doing all this shit behind the scenes, why am I gonna have you train my sons? I don't even want you to be around my son because I'm raising my son to be a real man. So after Sabrina came out alleging T.I.'s assault, several women came to Sabrina with their stories of sexual assault involving T.I and Tiny as a couple. So these girls are alleging that T.I and Tiny were sexually trafficking them. They were doing unconsensual threesomes, drugging these women, tying them out but telling them that they had to take these drugs or do these sexual acts. So Sabrina posted on her Instagram story all these stories, all these text messages that she got from several women. But we're just gonna look at one of them or two of them and see what kind of stories that they were talking about. Sabrina, please be careful. You aren't lying about that man or Tiny. I know because my friend used to strip and fly here from time to time. T.I and Tiny were her regulars. One day I went to their house and he wouldn't let me in unless I took an X pill. So he gave my friend and I a pill and soda. We spit it back in the sodas and pretended to take them. We all had sex, but Tiny invited blank rapper over and a couple of other celebrities. He paid us $2,000 a piece and I never went back. He becomes a different person during sex and Tiny is the leader. It's weird. Exposing the devil is going to be dangerous. Sabrina also went on Instagram Live with somebody else who was telling her story about T.I trying to fly her out.
Hit me up and I wasn't sure if it was him for sure. So I wrote back good morning and the first thing he said is, you have a contact. So I'm like, yes. I gave him the contact. When he called, originally I didn't pick up the first call. He then wrote me back and was like, oh, just try calling you. So I called back. Woo, I'm getting a little, because like the stories are like really crazy. So I called back. Him and Tiny were both there.
No names. No names.
Okay. So I spoke with him. He's like, oh, are you interested on being flown out? Would you be interested in, you know, being in the graces of myself and such? And I'm like, sure, sure, like, of course, in the midst of me not thinking. And it's crazy because like as I'm seeing these stories, I'm seeing that this is exactly what they have these people do, like sign that you cannot speak about what's going on. Like I said, I considered it because of who they are, and then I like thought back on it, like because I myself am a rape victim from 2014. I had just questions of like, okay, so why do you want to fly me out? Like, why do you want to meet with me? Like, he's like, oh, we have a venture for you. We can speak more in person about it. It didn't sit well with me.
This is when a spokesperson came out for T.I and Tiny, so that they wanted to go on record denying the allegations and saying that they've had trouble with this woman for over a decade. Apparently, they've been dealing with this woman for over 10 years. But at the same time, this was supposed to be Tiny's former friend. So I'm trying to figure out, like, when were they friends and what beef did they have prior to this incident happening? Because at this point, if I'm having issues with you for over a decade and you're trying to spit on my name, then legally I'd have to take action so that you can't even speak my name at all. Okay. Now Sabrina also posted a picture and said that she was interviewing victims, and now she was doing this in hopes of filming a documentary about T.I and Tiny and how they were sex trafficking and talking about the stories of the victims who came out. Now I just saw this all move fast. Like you just made these allegations about T.I. All of a sudden you had all these people come out and reach out to you, and now you're already trying to film a documentary. Like, Tiny's friend, Love and Hip Hop member Shekinah came out and spoke against Sabrina Peterson. Now she came out trying to defend T.I and Tiny, but she actually came out and basically exposed them as well.
Would pay that attention. She wouldn't be even into it right now with T.I. She's looking fucking attention. She wants Tiny. She obsessed with Tiny. Like, she wants Tiny to be her girlfriend. Now, listen, this is my thing. If it came out, the Tip pulled a gun on her, right? How do we change from Tip not the victim no more? Tip is the victim, and Tiny now is the legend. How do we go from that? So she done got mad at Tamika for taking her husband. Here go the whole goddamn thing. She has a problem. She ain't talked about nothing about how she Tamika and Tip. See, they go ask her why she ain't told she been getting. And she women empowerment. Why she didn't tell y'all that she done had some of that? Why she didn't tell y'all? She talking about all the rest of these folk running around here getting. Why she didn't tell y'all she been? And then obsessed because Tamika, I guess Tiny, I don't know, I ain't never, I swear to God, I don't get involved. I don't know what they do in their lifestyle. I'm not a part of it. But I know she done been around. Ask her how it tastes. Go ask her. So she come and say how. She know how that tastes too. Ask her how Tamika tastes. Ask her, do she want some more? Is that the problem? Well, ask her what was going on when she was in the threesomes and the foursomes. What happened with her? Huh? What about when she used to go get the recruit the phone? Where's she at in this? Black power. You so into the power, but you the one recruiting to come get fucked.
Now she's over here saying that Sabrina's obsessed with Tiny. She wants to be with Tiny, be all up in her ass. She's saying that she actually been in the bedroom with T.I and Tiny. She's engaged in 3 and 4 sons with T.I and Tiny, and she said that she recruited women for T.I and Tiny. So this is a little suspect, because let's look at the word choice. You're saying that not only has Sabrina engaged in sexual activity with T.I and Tiny, but you're saying that she recruited, keyword recruited, woman for T.I and Tiny. Now peep that Shekinah's over here. She's over here talking with a lot of confidence in her voice. And I say that because later on she tries to backtrack and say that she don't even know who Sabrina Peterson is.
Willy allegedly used to tell me stuff about her. Okay? And what Willy used to say to me, he used to be like, you know, she this person, she that person, she this person, she that person. So yesterday when I said what I said on the live, okay, I was speaking out of hurt. I was just saying what she was saying about somebody else and letting somebody else. I was just only saying that back to her. That had nothing to do with none of the rest of the women. I was really aiming that back to her because I feel like she's psychotic. That's my opinion. Because I would never go and attack nobody and by their goddamn name. If I'm down with women, I'm down with women. I'm going to try to help you by your name, not go by your name. I had to spend $5,000, you guys, to pay for an attorney and by my name, my government name. I don't know Sabrina and Tiny in their friendship because when they weren't friends when I came around. I cannot say that Sabrina recruited nobody for them because I don't know. I know that because Willy said that.
She's saying that she was over here speaking out of hurt. She doesn't know who she is. She's only been around Sabrina, and everything that she stated, she doesn't know for a fact, but she only said it because her friend Willy told her about Sabrina. You see how that doesn't add up, right? You are one of Tiny's closest friends. There's no way that T.I and Tiny were dealing with this woman for over 10 years, and you do not know who Sabrina is. Mind you, back in 2017, Shekinah actually pulled out a restraining order against Sabrina. So basically, T.I did this interview, and this was during the whole time that T.I and Tiny were gonna end their marriage. And T.I was saying whatever he was saying in the interview. He was saying that marriage wasn't for him. He's a better friend than he would be a husband. And he was really just doing his own thing. I guess he had a girl that he was dealing with at the time. So that's when Sabrina came out and was like referring to her as a side chick. And you know, basically just defending Tiny against whatever T.I was saying, whatever he was doing, you know, with his dick. So while Sabrina was defending Tiny, she felt like Shekinah, as her close friend, wasn't being vocal enough about the situation and about what she was going through with T.I, I guess, and what T.I was doing. And she was over here saying that, well, Shekinah's ratchet and ghetto, and all she could do was talk. Like, she can't fight. You know, what is the use of you, basically?
Shekinah needs to stop talking and start fighting. That's what I would do. That's the best thing to do. You need to stop talking tough and being tough. Because you got a lot of mouth, but we don't know not one whooped ass out here. Put your name on it. You got a lot of mouth, but not one well-whooped ass in America. Now, me, on the other hand, I got a different set of receipts.
I don't have time for that. What am I fighting for? And why am I fighting about somebody else's situation? If anything, I hope Tip and Tamika work out their differences. They be back together and they be happy. They got kids. I'm not married. I can't speak on Tamika and her husband. You so mad, girl. You got to stop, you know? Girl power. Girl power. If you such girl power, why try to bring people down so much and you girl power? I just don't get it. I don't be bringing no woman down. I ain't even finna continue to bring you down. What gets so real, after I hang up my phone today, you can continue on having your conversations. I have a lawyer. I know how to step out and handle my business with an attorney. You're gonna stop talking about me and speaking on me because I'm not even on your level.
And Sabrina was posting these threats against Shekinah after Shekinah revealed that Sabrina was actually talking shit behind Tiny's back. Then Shekinah filed a restraining order against Sabrina.
To do. I came. I got my paperwork, and he's stay the fuck away from me. 200 feet, bitch.
Now, after all this, T.I decides to come out and make a video denying all the allegations.
It doesn't matter as much what they can prove you did. It matters what you can prove you didn't. You know what I mean? Now, what we're not gonna do is open up the door to my bedroom, as you shouldn't have to either. Open up the door to my bedroom for everybody to come in, chime in, and make their opinions about what we do and don't do or should or shouldn't do. But I will say this. Whatever we ever have done has been done with consensual adults who into what we into and like what we like. If we want something, we know exactly where to go to get it. We ain't never forced nobody. We ain't never drugged nobody against their will. We ain't never held nobody against their will. We ain't never made nobody do anything. We ain't never trafficked anything. Well, sexually trafficked anything. There have been fake stories put up, their blog sites, anonymously sent to this person, fake stories to this person, and the person posted it as though it was a victim, that they were sure that it was a victim and it has been victimized. These are not stories of actual events. They're not. And I have proof of that, and that's why I said it. I have proof of that. I have proof of people who have gone on live with this person, and they later said, man, I just wanted some clout. That's why I can't believe they actually posted this shit. I just wanted some clout. How you gonna be a victim and an attacker at the same time?
He says that all their sexual activities involving other people involve consenting adults. He came right out and said he never drugged, raped, held, or forced anyone against their will, and basically implies that the only thing he ever trafficked was drugs. and not people. He calls these stories fake and says that he has proof and basically calls this girl evil. So now she's calling for them to take a lie detector test. Lie detector tests at this point we all know are not always accurate. So I really feel like there was no reason for her to come out and say that he needs to take a lie detector test. I wouldn't want to take a lie detector test even if I'm telling the truth. Like I said, those are not always accurate. People know how to get the results that they want out of a lie detector test. People could have the results come out inconclusive. Like there just really isn't no point all the time to take a lie detector test. And I feel like knowing that T.I might have denied taking one would probably make him look even more guilty. So I feel like she was trying to get a reaction out of them. Because it's like, if anything, you could have these victims take a lie detector test. You could have these victims come out and pursue them legally. You could really take action on this instead of playing these little games on Instagram. Now I do want to mention the Rob Kardashian comment real quick. So a few years ago when, you know, Rob got robbed by China, he was exposing China after she cheated on him and basically used him for, you know, money. And so T.I came out, was addressing him for airing her shit out and posting her pictures, and that's when Rob Kardashian clapped back. Let's not talk about what you and Tiny did with China back in the day when she was younger and you was paying her for threesomes. Now he didn't say exactly how old China was with these threesomes, and I don't know if China ever commented on this. I'm not gonna say T.I did this, T.I didn't do this, Sabrina's lying, she's not lying. I'm just gonna point out the bullshit in both of their stories. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. But that is it in my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down what you guys think below. What do you guys think about this whole situation? Do you guys think that Sabrina is just being petty and wants attention? Do you guys think that she's lying on T.I and Tiny? Do you guys think that T.I and Tiny were trafficking more than drugs? Comment down what you guys think below. Follow my Instagram and my Snapchat at Chrissyy, 2 S's, 2 Y's. I love and appreciate you guys, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye guys.
She the God, she the God, she the God.